And leaders as well as parents reminding them constantly that it's important that we do not plunge the country to disaster, saying that it's not important that we allow for all this incitement that is making rounds. And on Youth Perspective this morning, as I sit in for Fred Indimuli, I am delighted to have with me on my farthest right, I would say, Josephat Kamanya, political analyst at Midley. We have Jerry Kahiga, National Youth Leader, and last but not least, we have Nick Mwangi, the Secretary General, Kenya Ahadi Party. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for creating time. Unfortunately, Hans Rop says that he could not make it here this morning. And of course, we appreciate that at least he had the will to be with us. As we get at this very important conversation, you've heard what President William Ruto and other leaders are saying. And I want us to equate, or perhaps to as well loop that in connection with what the People Daily speaks of in relation to, people speaking out and what it is that they say. The People Daily highlights just how the UDA, of course, leaders are out there speaking garbage. What they mean by garbage is what we do not know. But for the longest of time, there are many who have called on the president to tame his lieutenants and saying that, of course, Farouk Kibet is always there talking of things that are not really right. I don't know, Sudi on this other side and all that. And the president is here saying, let us not incite Kenyans. Let us not allow our utterances, to be those ones that are going to spark, animosity and intolerance in the country. Nick, double speak?
Well, good morning, Linda. I have keenly observed the aspersions by the UDA government or the Kenya Kwanza government. And I think they're really playing a foreplay to us people who are singing one time. Because just yesterday, we saw the MP to Naivasha getting arrested over, let me say, claims that cannot be substantiated. And we see the likes of Nelson Koech, the MP of Belgut, walking freely. We see Oscar Sudi on TikTok, on Facebook Live, talking as he talks. Right. And we are asking ourselves, really, because one of the most failed institutions is the NCIC. Right. Because we are asking, are they using all these institutions to really punish us for being loud enough to criticize the president and his government? And we are not certain that they are also confident enough with whatever they are doing, because the president, like yesterday, you see, he has to remind us that nimepangia vijana. He has moved from nitatenga, now he's coming from nimepangia vijana. It is purely baseless, Linda, and that is worrisome, because you see, 2027 is not far away, and we are very much sure that this government will not make it for a second term.
NCIC, there's a caricature I'm trying to look for that was talking about the NCIC. I'll grab it shortly. Banjari, listening to what Nick says, isn't it supposed to be good news, and that the president says nimepangia vijana hivi, and therefore there should be some level of excitement? And people saying finally, of course, is this that is coming for the youth, for the president, perhaps listening to the cries on the ground.